This is what I've come up with so far. Now let's see how they're made. Now sometimes you get a split in the MDF if you actually drill a screw into it, like here and over here, and also on the other side. I've got this other design here. This is a very large board. It's over 40 inches long, and it's got 1/4 inch MDF, which is then reinforced underneath with 1-inch board. And this is what I use to paint this. This is really for metal, but I found it works for wood and MDF as well. The MDF really soaks up the paint, so it takes a lot of paint. So here you can see more the underside of this larger board, how it's pieced together. And on the back of it there's screws that secure it to this top piece. Got the Velcro on the other side. Kind of press it down, and there's this cable access on the side. Okay, well, here's what it looks like. It does have a crack going along there. I've got this paint. I got it for free. Let's see if it works. Okay, I put one of these little self-adhesive Velcro things onto the board, and when I pulled the pedal off of it, the paint came off. I wasn't totally surprised that it did that. And this is going to be the case with any of these latex enamel paints. I've dealt with them before. but I thought this would be an interesting test. With this appliance epoxy, there's not been any trouble at all with damage. You can stick these things on and off all you want. I've found that those adhesive Velcro things don't stick to this pedal very well. They don't stick to the rubber, and they rip this decal right off. The Velcro works best for these pedals that are all solid metal. This pedal has some kind of a paint or anodizing on it. I don't know what it is, but the little Velcro things do stick very well to it. Well, I've changed the design again. I've got these supports, and I'm going to put a thinner board on top of them. A consequence with this method is that the pedals are more free to kind of wiggle around. The zip ties I'm using here are 11 inches long, and this width is about 3/16 of an inch, or about 5 millimeters. So there's what it looks like underneath again. And there's still plenty of room up here. You could have reverb, chorus, and delay. When you got the pedal board set on the floor, it might not sit perfectly flat. The board might be slightly out of shape, or the floor might not be level. There's an easy way to solve the problem with these threaded feet and Easy Lock. Easy Lock are threaded inserts. You drill a hole in the wood, you thread this Easy Lock insert into the wood, and then the machine thread on this foot goes right in, and you can change the height. So if the board is uneven, you just adjust these feet until it sits flat. And what it is these sharper threads on the outside, they actually cut threads into the wood for the insert. This is an Easy Lock kit. I'm not going to be using these shorter inserts, but it came with this brad point drill bit. It is 23/64, and that's what you need for this size of Easy Lock. So I found where I want to drill the first hole, and I just put my little divot in there by hand. The Easy Lock kit includes this tool. It goes right in there, and you can use your drill. So, whatever height you need. Now when you're threading these things in, sometimes they can be a little tricky and they get stuck. This one didn't, but then you can just back it out and you know, try it again, maybe wiggle it around a little bit, and it will work. Now when you're drilling in these inserts, it is best to have the drill set to the lower speed. I have the chuck set between 16 and 18. And that's the way I've been doing all these on this other larger board, and it's worked well. So I adjusted the corner foot, and now the board is dead flat. It doesn't wiggle around anymore. Now wouldn't it be nice to have a handle on the board right here so you can carry it around like a guitar case? I've got this handle here, like what they put on a lot of guitar amps. So here's what it is. You got the rubber handle, and it's got actually a metal insert. Makes it kind of springy. Didn't come with the screws, so I had to buy these separately. The screws I'm using for this are 10-32 by 1 inch. They are oval head, and you can see that they fit very nicely onto those metal end pieces. And you also need these T-nuts, which press in to the opposite side of the board. The idea is that when you grab the handle, it pulls on that slide all the way to the screw, and then when you release, it goes back into that position. So I drilled 15/64 holes through the front and all the way to the back. So you just kind of press that in a little bit by hand, and then you got to hammer it in with a hammer. So it's all installed now. Now if you pick up your pedal board like this and you set it down, especially on concrete or some other rough surface, you might want some rubber feet to protect it on that side. More pilot hole drilling and the problem is solved. I put those same rubber feet on here like what I did on the smaller board. Okay, so what if the board tips over? Oh, looks like the pedals are okay, but the surge protector gets hit. So I need to design a lid for this. And there's a similar problem here on the larger board. So it really will need a lid as well. Okay, so let's see this board in action. So this MXR pedal is really good for like the modern metal. That's the old HM2. And this one is the DoD Bone Shaker. It's actually used for bass guitars as well. That's the Metal Master Digitech. I took the surge protector off and put the amp controller on. This amplifier controller is secured with 4 squares of the Velcro, and it's really hard to get it off by hand, so there's a trick to that. Auto parts stores sell these non-marring pry tools. They also call them plastic chisels, You can take this wedge one and just kind of do that, and that pries it off. And I've done that several times and there's been no trouble with the Velcro being ripped off. And the Velcro on the controller itself is fine. And when you have these pedals that don't stick well to the Velcro, you can use a connector like this. Put it into one of the pedals that does stick, and that holds the other pedal reasonably well. There's a little bit of play. I've got another pedal that doesn't stick well, so I use another one of those connectors to put it with the pedal that sticks to the Velcro, and then connect those two like that. Well, I've got it all set up here. Got the surge protector way on the other end. There's a lot of room for more pedals. Now hopefully the jacks will be strong enough, because there is a little bit of wiggle when you hit the pedals sometimes. So it might be a little hard on the jacks with those metal connectors. Sounds pretty bad when you try to match the pedals with the overdrive channel. With the crunch channel, it's not quite as bad. That HM2 sounds way better on the clean channel. I think they all sound better on the clean channel. They make a lot of noise when you play them together. Now, this MXR actually has a noise gate. makes some noise. Sounds better by itself. So for the next pedal board video, I will make hinged lids for these boards.